What is going on, Falafel Jr.? We have done it. We have made it through the second week of this fast-moving season. Hard to imagine we've only got 11 weeks left to the playoffs. It's going to come quick. It will be here before you know it. Hopefully your teams were able to make it through the second week of the season unscathed. There were a lot of injuries this weekend, so it's going to be interesting to see how teams start dealing with that and with the bye weeks that are coming up starting in week 4. So yeah, everybody get ready for that. It's going to be fun few weeks getting through those. And we might as well just jump right into the week 1 awards. The first one is the Higher Than a Kite award. That goes to the highest scoring team of the week. This week that goes to M. Silver with 140.2 points. He had 4 guys with 19 points or more. He would have beaten Army Dan and KS44's teams combined had they both teamed up and tried to go against him. Still wouldn't have worked. So a lot of points, a lot of high-scoring games in general this week. Number 2, we've got the sloppiest girl in the bar, the lowest scoring amount of points. That goes to KS44, 65 points this week. When Russell Wilson is your highest scoring player on your team and he only gets 11.6, you're almost certain to have a pretty low scoring week, have a pretty bad one, just tough week. Some players just didn't show up. So next up, we've got the Who Let You In award. That goes to Trade Fantasy this week, a 42.6 point victory. He had the Broncos defense. Broncos defense by themselves outscored KS44's Chiefs defense, Travis Kelce, Emmanuel Sanders, and Eddie Lacy. So just not a good recipe there. It's just bound for bad things to happen. So we've got next the Baddest Bench Award goes to the team with the most amount of bench points. This week that goes to Corey. He had 83.8 points on his bench, 13.5 points from 5 of his 7 bench players. So bench would have been 4 different starting lineups this week. That is pretty impressive there. Next would be the I'm Not Supposed to Be Here Today award. We're not going to give that one out at all this week. Followed by the Tighter Than a Crab's Vagina, the winner of the closest matchup. That goes to Corey this week, a 4.8 point victory. It was basically the only matchup that was really close, and it was also the highest scoring game total. So both teams scored quite a few points in this one. It was definitely the best game of the week in terms of, closeness and entertainment, I would say. Next, we've got the Milk Was a Bad Choice award. I thought that Money Martins was going to get this award due to how close their matchup was, but he did everything that he could. All the players that were in were his highest scoring players. He couldn't have done anything else to avoid that. So there is actually no winner of this award this week either. So next up is the fucking Chuck Norris award. The winner or the highest scoring loser this week, and this one does go to Money Martins, 131.4 points. Would have beaten 11 of his 13 potential opponents, but happened to be taken on one of the 2 teams that scored higher than him. So just some tough luck there. It's not always about who's on your team. It's about who you're facing and what they do. So just some tough luck there. Looking ahead to week 3, game of the week is going to be 2-0 Hoog versus 2-0 Trade Fantasy. Then we've got the David and Goliath matchup. That is 2-0 Corey versus 0-2 Army Dan. Then we've got a pity party matchup. That's 0-2 KS44 versus 0-2 Jedi. And then we've got a few battles of 1-1 teams. Profit versus Showcase. M Silver versus Gates. Money Martins versus GA17. And Slime Sucking Hogs versus Jacob Niner. So good luck to you guys going forward. Those of you that are 0-2. Like I said, there's 11 weeks left till the playoffs start, but you do not want to dig yourself in too deep of a hole. But, you've got some time, but it is going to come quick. So be sure to start winning if you haven't been doing that yet. And I will see you guys all next week. Good luck.